I cannot hear you, bro. I cannot hear you, brother.
You
I
hear
hear
me
you now.
now?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Yes, sorry. Yes, the music going on still, so I don't know what happened there.
Good morning to
Okay,
me.
ladies
Good
and
stuff.
gentlemen, we are officially live. Are you hearing me good? Okay. As always with StreamYard, there's always bad connection, so we are officially live, ladies and gentlemen, with a special guest, Anthony from Interworldwide. How's it going, my friend?
Good, bro. Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. It's a nice muggy day here in Southwest Sydney, but I'm feeling good. Thanks for having me. And yourself?
I'm pretty good. It's sunny here in Vancouver, but can't complain.
Good stuff.
After all, yeah, well, after a long week in Mexico, dealing with the heat, this is not bad. But I'm pretty sure in your area it's worse.
Yeah, it goes on and off, man. Like you can experience all four seasons in one day in Sydney, and that's not abnormal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a great honor to have you here. Of course, what is the beauty? We're going to talk about a little bit everything, of course, of our fellow teams. Juventus, Inter. What are your thoughts about your lovely team, Anthony?
At the moment, just weathering the storm that is an Italian club trying to survive in Italy at the moment. There's more to not be grateful for at the moment than there is to be grateful for. But as always, my club, as well as your club, will continue to survive and stay at the top of Italy. It just worries me the direction that the country's league is going in at the moment because it looks as though we're slipping further and further behind from not only the bigger league in the Premier League, but the bigger clubs just outside the Premier League. Long story short, with Inter, just expect more. I expect more change in this off season, whether it comes from a manager or a clear out of a squad. I think it's time for a new direction and a new project. And I think looking back on it now in hindsight, Inzaghi at the club was more just a band aid to weather the storm that was in the league rather than to try and return us to the top in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't mean I think he's done a horrible job. I just think he's done the job that he was there to do. And I don't think he's experienced enough or flexible enough to readjust this squad of players to go forward after this season. I'm grateful that there is still a lot to play for this season as an Inter fan, though.
No, 100%. I'm not really a big fan with Inzaghi because what I see with Inzaghi, he's doing kind of the same mistakes like he did with Lazio. You know, like at
Yeah.
some point he goes well, then he goes down. Because, like for example, as we've seen with the Inter Juve game, as usually he does the wrong choices, like doing the wrong changes and stuff.
His
And
substitutions have come under criticism a lot, but
oh
also
yes,
at the same time, I don't think we've got the players on the bench this season the same way we did last season to come on and make an impact. It's people need to realize that although they were getting older, players like Arturo Vidal, Alexis Sanchez, Ivan Perisic, they're built differently up here. You know that
yes,
if you look at them on the bench to come on and do a job for you, they can probably do it better than most people. And now you're looking at the same bench at the likes of having to trust people like Aslani, people like Belanova, people like Mkhitaryan, who hasn't had a bad season at all. But
no, no,
it's not as easy. The luxuries are not there for us to sustain a title challenge this season. We're exactly where we need to be in the league, and so far we are making a good run in the Champions League. Although I think Inter
yeah,
fans, while it's okay to celebrate not drawing Manchester City or Bayern Munchen or Real Madrid, Benfica has lost one game all season. It's bloody March. They've lost one game.
yeah,
So this is going to be extremely difficult to do, as you guys would have known, as seen in the group stage. But,
yes,
you know,
they are a tough
I,
team.
Yeah, I think if Inter can make it to the semi-finals of the Champions League, I think that and secure top four, then I think we'll just call it an okay season and hope for the best next season.
Yeah, because with Benfica, they're very a tough team.
Mm,
Yeah, it's very
yeah.
scary. I know a lot of Inter fans that I know. They think they someone can manage, but I don't know. Like I see them very, very tough. Like, but you never
I'm
know.
I'm happy that we get to play the second leg at San Siro because if we had to play the second leg in
Yeah.
Portugal, I think we would have struggled because we really struggled to go to the Dragao against Porto.
Yes, but what bothers me in Porto, what happened in Porto, it wasn't good with the fans. All the Inter fans couldn't go
Yeah,
in.
that was horrible, man. That was
That was
absolutely
horrible.
horrible. Oh,
Yeah.
makes you wonder if it was done on purpose or if it was just a really, really bad organizational skill.
I don't know what's going on because we see what happened to Napoli with the Germans attacking
Yeah,
Napoli. Like they can do whatever they want in Italy, but us we cannot do back home. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's ridiculous. I don't
yeah,
accept that.
yeah.
As
No,
much
I
as
know what you mean.
rivalries,
It was
I
disappointing.
don't like that. Very disappointing.
Mm.
What about the latest game with Juventus and Inter? Still now people are talking about it.
Yeah, I still haven't watched the whole game. It was one of those games that kicked off like right when I get to work.
Oh, okay.
The 6:45 a.m. Monday morning kickoff in Sydney. We all very much love it. It can either make or break your week. First thing, 6:45 in the morning on a Monday.
Oh man.
So a lot of the time my students are already running amok. So I'm just getting like updates and I could just tell that we weren't playing well on the chats and the way people were saying that we're just uninspired and unmotivated. And that's when you lose sight of what your goal is in the league, every game in the league becomes just tedious, like a chore. You know what I mean, bro? Like when you lose touch with Napoli at the top, like we did. When did we beat them? Did we beat them January? I think like
January.
yeah.
Yeah, the
So
first
and
game
then we beat them
after
January, and then we effed up against Monza, and then
Monza.
it would have been the game either Empoli or Sampdoria where we all just would have hung our heads and went, nah, we can't do this
No.
anymore. Now it's like minus 12. And after that, the games are just going to keep being poor for us because we are not looking up anymore. We are looking down. Juve are still looking up because you have to. You need to make top four on your own
Yes.
merit, in case the FIGC wants to you a bit further in court. But
Yeah.
also, if you do get your points back, you want to be able to get in there comfortably and say, like, we're there. We come second, and even if we didn't get it back,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
you're still looking up. Whereas teams like us and Milan, we are now officially in the underperforming phase of our Serie A
Yes.
season. So every game is now just a hope to the death to get as many points as possible.
Yeah.
We're not as motivated as Lazio or Roma because to them making top four is huge.
It's
To
a big
us,
deal, yeah.
yes, to us it's the bare minimum. To them, it's their season aspiration. So out of the teams competing at the moment, Inter and Milan are the ones with the least to play for in Serie A, and that's why the players look like dead shits. Sorry for my language.
No, I believe you. I was kind of shocked about that game. Like every time Inter was trying to score, I was getting scared. Like I was on the plane I was watching with my wife on my phone. I was sweating. I know everybody's still not complaining about that famous handball of Rabiot, but the guy called it was a goal. Like there's no point complaining about it, even though Inter couldn't even score. You know?
That's the thing, man. Like I'm all for complaining about a decision if it's worth it. And whether it was a handball or not, I still think there was elements to it. But I said as it happened, I said it straight after the game, and I said in my reaction afterwards, it doesn't matter because we weren't going to score. And if it did get
Yes.
reversed, Allegri would have found another way to get his first goal of the game because that's what he
Yes.
does.
Yeah, now we see the real Allegri because before Allegri, but he's reading the games, and even though with the young players, because we're in a bad situation without Pogba, case which the latest case that should be coming back, so we still manage. So
What are you, if you don't mind me asking a couple of questions now, what are your honest thoughts
yeah,
on Pogba? Are you sick of this guy and him taking the club for a ride or what?
okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Since they thought to bring this guy, I wasn't happy. I know a lot of Juventino were happy, but I said it. There is no point getting this guy back because we already see the injuries that he had with Man United. That I'm a type of guy, I don't like to get back leftovers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Minestra riscaldata, I call them.
yeah,
It's the same thing with you with Lukaku. But the
yeah.
guy has only played for 30 minutes. I know people say, well, he got injured, but he's been injured for the last 2, 3 years at Man United.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Like the latest that we've seen good with Pogba, it was 2018 in France, and that's
Yeah,
it. Then he
yeah.
goes on vacation. He has time playing skiing, and I don't know.
He's
Like there
more
are
of a
rumors.
he's more of a celebrity now than an athlete, in my opinion.
Like I don't want to be too negative because I know a lot of Juventini still defends this guy, but come on, it's been a little bit too much. I know
Too
in
much.
these tournaments that he played, it showed a little bit of difference, but I hope they can try somehow to uh, let down his contract, which I heard it's hard, but anything can happen. We'll see. We'll probably might see him next year, my opinion.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But thanks to him going out, we have the presence of Fagioli has been playing good. Miretti,
He's good.
Locatelli, Rabiot has been impressive. So we'll see. See what happens.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah. What about you? Your thoughts with Lukaku, on the other hand?
Lukaku just his style of being a striker is only going to work a very few times with a very few systems set up. I think that he is back to a mid-table level club domestically. I don't care that he scores for Belgium on international duty. To be honest, I just don't ever
Yeah.
see him playing and reaching anywhere near the levels that he achieved in his first 2 seasons at Inter. And if it was up to me, I'd be sending him back to Chelsea yesterday. So I know that he'll see the season out here. I'll be very surprised if he stays at Inter next season. I hope not. I really hope not. I think that we can get the same out of any young big striker as we can out of Lukaku.
Well, I heard that he probably will leave. He won't go back to Chelsea, maybe.
Yeah, and then I think he'll be loaned out somewhere else. They'll just look to dry loan him out and have someone pay his salary until he runs out his contract there for what a waste of money for them. 110 million, whatever it was. But hey, that's Premier League. That's Chelsea. Nothing's going to change.
Well, we'll see. With these players nowadays, we don't know. We
Yeah.
can't trust them.
What did you think of the national team in the break?
But the national team, not too happy. Yes, we win with Malta, but the
Oh
first
yeah.
one against England, with the first time that we lose, like surprising that new kid, the Argentino, Rigge, whatever his name is. He's been good, but I don't know. What do you expect? Like Acerbi, Jorginho, all these players. You know what I mean? I don't know what Mancini is doing. We'll see. What are
I
your
think he should
thoughts?
have.
Your players were playing.
Mancini should have left after he didn't qualify for the World Cup. I don't see him coming back very strong from this. I think we're going to struggle. I think we'll
No.
struggle. I think we'll qualify for the Euros only because of the format, because the top two teams in each group will go straight to the tournament. But I think that
Yeah.
we'll struggle in the tournament. I see us going out in the group stage in this tournament coming up next year.
Well, let's hope so. We'll see. But he played pretty good with the Nations League. With
Yeah,
Raspadori, Di Marco. But
I'm all for him just using young players in their peak, in each league. Whoever's just in the best form at the best stage, just use those players. No need to revert to any old players.
I don't know. Maybe it's Gravina putting it in his head. I have no idea.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Then
we'll see.
plus there
We've
was no
still got
you.
another. Do we still have another qualifier before the Serie A goes back, or is that it?
No, that's it. Then I think we're gonna play on June. I think with Macedonia,
June.
maybe. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll see how is that going to turn out. But this
Yeah, we'll
this was
see.
the first time with no Juventus players, so I don't know.
There wasn't any Juventus players in the squad or the starting lineup.
The starting lineup of these two games, there wasn't. Locatelli did not convoke. Chiesa because he was kind of injured. I don't know why he did not put Fagioli because Fagioli is playing well. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
We'll
well, at
see.
least he'll return with fresh legs for you guys. I hate when my players get injured on international duty.
I know. Well, with Chiesa, we've just found out today that he went to Austria. Everything's okay, so we probably might see him on Saturday, the next game. So
Who do you guys play this weekend? If you want to talk about that.
yeah, you want to go forward. Then after that, we can talk about the Champions League. Your thoughts about the other teams as well.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So who
Well,
do you have this
okay,
weekend?
okay, this weekend we got Verona.
Oh, easy 3 points.
I don't know. We'll
Oh,
see
well,
because
no
with these
such,
small
no such
teams,
thing. No such thing in Serie A. I shouldn't say that. I know better than
no,
that.
exactly because you guys got Fiorentina in Milano. So we'll
Yeah.
see. I don't know.
You don't know what Fiorentina could turn up this season. It could be very high tempo, press you very hard, makes you suffer with the ball, or it could be
Yeah.
literally asleep at the wheel. They've been very hot and cold this season.
Well, with two losses, Spezia, Juventus, with you guys, you might manage to win. But
I hope so, especially because our home form is very different to our away form this season. But they still might
yeah,
be pissed off because the last time we played them in their ground, we scored I think 95th minute, 96th minute Mkhitaryan, and yeah, it was a
well,
crazy game.
that's
Even some fans were fighting afterwards.
oh that famous game that I did not like about that game, which a lot of people attacked me because I said it was an undeserved win, if you remember, because they're supposed to give a red card to DiMarco. A lot of things going on there I did not like. I don't know if you remember about that game. I did.
I remember. I was watching the game very closely
Yeah.
with my dog. I was very angry when they made it 3-3.
Yes, at the last minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I said undeserved win. People attacked me. Well, I said what it is. Then everybody can say what they, which I said the same thing with my Juventus. Under they play like a caca, which it did happen. Sorry.
All good.
My
With
wife
all good. With Vlahovic this season, do you think he's going to be sold at the end of the season, or you think he's staying?
I hope he stays. Like Val scored with Serbia, so I don't know if it's the Allegri effect whatsoever. I have no idea because when he plays, he so like he score with Freeburg, with Inter, he did not manage. So we'll see if now with these 3 goals he can. But with Allegri style, I don't know because as all people know, I'm not a big Allegri fan. Like he did good in this position that we're at because the 50 points taking off and we're still at sixth place. I know the 19th, it's the final countdown. We might get those 50 points back. We'll see. I have a
It's the
feeling we
last
will.
game?
I know most people are saying,
Last game of the season is the 19th
Yeah.
of May, is it?
I'm not too sure. But I know on April 19th, we're supposed to know about the 15 points.
Ah, okay, yeah. And then the other hearing was
Yeah,
postponed until the
that's-
10th of May.
Yeah, that was the Prisma case.
All right,
So
cool.
we'll see what happens on that. That has nothing to do with the 15 points. 15 points we'll find
separate
out
case.
on the 19th. Yeah.
Okay.
What are your thoughts
Cool.
on that? The 15 points.
I say give it back to you because I'm not someone that cares for winning by default. I
No,
don't
because in
celebrate
your
it.
guys' case, because no, I'm just saying in your guys, it might change the table.
yeah,
you
because
know?
because it might change the Classifica. Yeah, well, absolutely. In that case, then I'm obviously all for you guys not getting the points back. But at the same time, like I face reality always with my own fan base. If we get pushed out of the top four this season, we get pushed out of the top four this season. Nothing to do with Juve and the court case. Nothing to do with losing to
Yeah,
Juve. Nothing to do with losing to Milan. Nothing to do with losing to Lazio. We're losing big games is a part of being in a season. It can happen to anybody. But you drop points to Monza, Sampdoria, Bologna, and Empoli in the space of a month and a half. That's where you lose things like the league. That's where you lose things like your spot in the top four. So we've already kicked ourselves in the culo too many
exactly.
times this season. If we lose it from here, it's our
No, I
fault.
see.
The same way, if you guys were to lose it still this season, even after you get your points back for whatever reason, you might say that it was because your season was disrupted, or you might say that you dropped too many points in between match day 1 and match day 9 this season as well.
Hey, I'm honest with my team. I'm not too happy. Yes, Allegri at some point we win the 8 wins, but after that loss with Napoli 5-1, bro, I was like, then after out the Champions League, now we're at the quarters at the Europa. We got Sporting. It's not going to be an easy team. I hope we make it through because these Portuguese teams, they're tough.
They're tough. So tough, man. And their league is getting better. They've got
Yeah.
better players coming through as well. And then after that,
Yeah.
it'll be between you guys, Arsenal, and Manchester United. One of you three. Oh, wait, no. Arsenal are out to Sporting. Roma.
Yeah,
Roma
yes,
and
yes.
Manchester United.
Yeah, Roma or either Sevilla. I will have to see Roma Juventus at the final.
Yeah.
By Roma,
imagine.
they have, yeah. But the problem is they have Vineyard, this, what's that team? Irish team, Roma. That's a tough team. So
Yeah. Final, right?
they beat them. Feyenoord, yes. They beat
them in
them
the final
at
last
the
year.
First League.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Yeah. Never know. But yeah.
But,
We'll see what
but
happens.
the latest of the Serie A, if you want me to go through the Serie A, the latest games, Saturday, Cremonese Atalanta. Then, like I said, Fiorentina, then Juventus Verona. Then Sunday, there's Bologna Udinese, Monza Lazio, interesting. Monza, I like how they play. Spezia Sana, Roma Sampdoria, what Mr. Special One will do.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Milan and Napoli Milan. Gonna be an
When-
interesting one.
When is this game?
At the Serie A, Milan. They're gonna Napoli Milan. They're gonna go at each other 3 times. The Champions League and Saturday. No, Sunday. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be very interesting because my bet on this Champions League with Napoli Milan and you guys, if you're likely to beat. I wouldn't be surprised to see on the semi-final Inter and Milan. That'll be shocking.
It would be historical. I hope that we don't. I'm not in the mood to play Milan again this season because I just don't want to deal with their fans. Can you imagine their fans if they beat us in the Champions League? Mamma mia, they will never let us hear the end of that one.
Oh, because you guys beat them 3
you know
times.
what the Milanisti are like with their Champions League, man, and how like with the European DNA, blah blah blah. So that'll be very fun. But to be honest, I think Napoli's going to beat them in the quarterfinal.
I think so too, but as what I see with Milan, they still have the Champions League mentality. Because think about it. 2 years ago, it was their first time, and now it's their first time the quarterfinals after 11 years.
Yeah.
So I know what the shitty Tottenham,
Yeah.
Miss Conte, is out.
Yeah.
But with Milan, we should never underestimate the Champions League.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Because now they have nothing
I
to
agree.
lose. So to stay top 4.
Yeah, exactly right. Same as us.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I have a feeling if they ever give us those 15 points back, you guys might fight with Milan again for the 4th place. Like what
Yeah,
happened
just-
last year with the Scudetto.
Just got to hope that Lazio and Roma keep dropping points and Atalanta
Dropping points,
as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because what bothers me with your fellow paisano there, Inzaghi, Like you guys have a good squad. Like you guys like even last year you should be ahead of Milan, and you
Mm.
guys just drop points. Like
It was a
we'll
big
see.
collapse, bro. Big collapse. And
Yeah,
there's unfortunately there's no real amount of small trophies that can make up for losing the Scudetto. Like Super Coppas are nice, Coppa Italias are nice, but they're small trophies, man. They're small trophies. I want the league, and the league is the most important thing.
bravo. Because a lot of my Inter friends they defend Inzaghi. They say he's a genius because he went Coppa Italia. I said those are Coppa del Nonno. I call it. You know,
Mm,
it's always good to
yeah.
win, but my friends. They don't like him. They
It's
can't stand him.
yeah.
Like they
I
just
think
want him.
I'm disappointed that it ended like this, but I can almost guarantee you that he's going to leave at the end of the season now. Just don't know who's going to come in.
Well, who'd you pick? Conte? Now that he's out?
No, I wouldn't
No,
mind us going for see
a
like
new one.
yeah, a new one, someone fresh. Like I wouldn't mind De Zerbi, but
I know a lot
kind
of
of
people are saying that.
but at the same time, like we've seen these managers before do well at mid-table clubs, and then they get to a bigger club and they just can't handle the pressure. Like I would rather we go for a manager like Conceição from Porto, because at least yes, he's only coached
Porto,
in Portugal,
wow.
but at least he knows what it's like to go and win a league and dominate a league and get to the Champions League quarterfinals. He's done that before as well, so I wouldn't be against Conceição coming in. I'm
Well, he
against
was.
paying large salaries.
Yes, well, he was an Inter player, Conan
Yes, he
Salo.
was. Yeah, during a part of his career. So I would like to
Because he
see
had
him
a
come
chance. Sorry. Go ahead, sorry.
in. No. I would like to see him come in and on a decent wage. The only thing that would make me okay with Conte coming back would be if we offered Conte Inzaghi's salary. But
Yes.
in what universe is Conte gonna accept 5 million a season when he was already making 12 at us last time? What's he making at Tottenham? Isn't he making something stupid like 18.5 million?
Yeah, 18.
Yeah. Like, what's he going to do? Take a cut down to 5 million just to come back to Inter? He doesn't love Inter. If anything, he'll take a pay cut to come back to Juve because that's where his blood
Yeah,
is.
but
he
I
doesn't
don't
care
want
about
him.
this. Yeah,
I know, but
too much of a liability now, bro. Clubs are now looking at him going, "You're nuts. Like, you're actually nuts, man."
a lot of Juventino don't want him, and like I said, I don't want leftovers. Like I was happy with Allegri at the beginning, but then I said enough. It's enough. Like I don't know if he's gonna stay. Rumors are saying that he might go to PSG. So we'll see if that's gonna happen. But with Cancelo, he was almost close to go to Napoli before Spalletti, but he
Yeah.
didn't join because that time they weren't at the Champions League.
Yeah, right. Right.
We'll see.
There you go.
You never know,
There you
man.
go.
Maybe he might get elected Cancelo because he did not win through the. He didn't do what the Champions League, so he might get sacked. Who knows?
No, I don't think he'll get
So
sacked, but I think he could leave. He might want just a new challenge. But hey, we'll see, man. I'm all for change now. I have very low expectations, and like I've said to a lot of my Inter community, I don't want players on big wages. I think that this year and the year before, after COVID, it sort of shattered an illusion in football where clubs are massively in debt and you don't need to pay off your debts because your liquidity is good. But now they've shut off the stadiums and the ticket prices are no longer bringing in revenue. And oh shit, you've got most of the world in debt and you've got players on contracts that make you feel physically sick. So to me, I think that the clubs need to go back to getting younger players in their peak or just younger players in there that are developing and that are ready to sweat, man, that are ready to fight. Because once you give players this sort of money and they hit 30,
finito.
finito, that's it.
Well, we have an example with Napoli. We never thought that Napoli was going to be this big, and
Yeah.
they have these players that nobody knows, like Kevara, Osimhen.
Yep.
He's been pretty good. So
Osimhen was great. He's been great. Yeah.
yeah, last year he wasn't that great, but this year he's on fire, man.
Yeah.
Then Spalletti, I guess he's gonna enjoy a nice spaghetti this year.
Oh, he deserves it, man. How many times did he finish second with Roma?
Yeah.
To
Inter.
Mourinho, and now fourth with Inter twice.
Yeah.
One of the seasons we I think we won 10 games, drew one, lost one in our first 12 with Spalletti, and then it just went psh, as a season
Down.
with Icardi does. But good for Spalletti, man. I think everyone from every team is willing to say that he deserves it as a coach, and we're happy for him.
No, I'm happy. I'm not like most fans of
Mm,
find excuses about this Napoli. I know it's their year, but we got to give them credit this year.
for sure. There's no point
Well,
being bitter. All of this is you're gonna look
no,
obvious that you're bitter. There's no point. They deserve it.
no, no, no. I even said it to my Napoli fans. I know there's big rivalry with Juventus and Napoli, which nobody has been bugging me. I've been saying good things, but of course, if they're gonna attack me, I'm gonna say, listen, calm down, enjoy, because I have a fellow paisan. He might want me on the with the Montreal club, the Napoli club of Montreal, to have a chat. So why not? This channel is
Nice
open
one,
for
man.
everybody. It's not just for Juventus. So
That's it,
we'll
bro.
see.
That's it.
That's it.
Nice one.
Yeah. So uh, besides that, well, my end with sporting, I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be in a couple of
I
weeks.
think you'll go. I think you'll go through. But I think Manchester United will be waiting for you in the semi-final, and that I don't know how it will go. Same as us. I
I
think that
know.
if we're lucky enough to go through to the semi-finals, I think that Napoli will beat us there. But to be honest, if you want my honest opinion, I think this is where the Champions League ends for Inter. I think Benfica's probably going through to the semi-final. I see this.
Yeah.
I see my team mentally faltering in Portugal and not being able to handle the heat back at the San Siro. I see something like losing the first game 1-0 or 2-1, and then we go to the San Siro and we draw 0-0. Something like that is going to happen to this Inter.
I don't know. Like I always said, la palla è tonda. The ball is around. So we will see. You never
Yeah,
know. Because you guys
exactly.
beat Porto. It's the first Italian team that beat Porto because Juventus also Porto.
Yeah,
Lazio, Milan. It's true that Porto had a bigger team before,
yeah,
but
yeah. Fair
we'll
enough.
see. You never know.
Yeah,
It's going to be an
exactly.
interesting year,
Yeah.
even for us Italians, so we can enjoy some Champions League finally.
Of course, of course. Bro, I'm going to have to head off in a couple of minutes, but this was nice. Can I count on you to come back on my channel for the Coppa Italia?
Yeah, let me know. I'm done. If it's at this time,
Yeah,
not a problem, my friend.
cool. We'll make it
Okay,
work because I should probably be on school holidays anyway, now that I think about it.
okay.
All right, cool. Sounds good.
If you want to wait after I leave, okay, we
Yeah,
still
yeah, yeah,
chat.
yeah, cool. Yeah, yeah.
So there you have it, guys. Like and subscribe to this guy's channel. You have another YouTube channel, right? That talks about soccer, correct?
Yeah, I have two. So if anyone's watching, if you're a Juve fan, you can still follow me on interworldwide because very, very honest, very raw. I also collaborate with a lot of Juventini that you might see online as well. And I have a second channel, Football Worldwide, where as just a little side hobby, if I feel like talking about anything or putting my face in front of the camera that's not interrelated, you can catch it there.
Okay. Like and subscribe to Soccer Forever. We'll be back for some more live action. I will be on his show. I'll let you guys know when. And we'll talk soon for more soccer. Ciao e arrivederci. Let me see
Ciao.
this one.